Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing well today. Um, yeah. Let's do some disco. Yeah. It's been a week, and I'm kind of exhausted. So hopefully I'll get at least a couple hours in. But I am not promising any kind of marathon run today. So let's click in-game. So your container can't open? Equip a pry bar. I guess that makes sense. Let's check this stuff out. Ad reads broken window. Tibbs has windows. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Aha. To Roundabout North. Okay. To Cape Side Apartments. Martinez Pier. Lonely Cormorant studies the sea. Indifference to your approach. Yeah, that sounds about right. Ooh, where was this lead?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Conceptualization 8. Dimming light, some things may become clearer. I can give it a try.
You have no clue. It's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Ooh. Money and magnesium. Yeah, my garden hose won't be of use until the snow melts. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Orange bum hat. And Nosafed. Just closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Barrels are half full of rainwater. Thank you, 20 Kims. Signal blue naval coach. +1 suggestion, -1 half-life. Interesting. Inside the frame of motorcycle in repair and the tools used to assemble it. Disassemble it. Yeah, words.
Hey,
Girl up there.
here,
She's
Pico.
spilled the paint. Capside Apartments? Or Cape Side Apartments. Rue de Saint-Cloud, Roundabout North. Can I talk to you from down here?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside. Know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Okay.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Right. Keep looking up to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat dock next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Interesting.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Oh.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
An upscale place. Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Oh, thanks.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
I'll catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Oh. Hello.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Oh.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting. Oh. Definitely looks like someone who would be played by Maggie Smith as of... Maggie Smith as of, 10 years ago.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L. What does the L stand for?
Beaton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. RCM, what is that? A little foggy here.
I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police.
Well, what gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Oh.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Yeah. We'll be friendly. We'll shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
Ah, okay.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
Right.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
All right. You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Wait, why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What lustrous hair?
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave. Late 40s style. Positively statuesque. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. wealth and all its possibilities.
Uh-huh.
These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible,
Right.
within reason.
Uh-huh. So?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian.
Oh.
Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
Right.
You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough.
You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, I've got pretty high volition on that, but... You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck at her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Okay, what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Right.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
You have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles.
I see.
Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Yeah. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Right, we're on an archipelago? Huh.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Caillou? I thought we were on Revocol. I don't remember us being on some whiny, violent, young, bald Canadian boy that, you know, John Oliver hates for good reason.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Yeah, still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Well,
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle.
nice.
It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Yeah.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Right.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Yes, yes I do.
You have the guns and the ammo. Take this Clausen fiend down.
Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're in.
Oh my. The E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
No, it's a symbol of subjugation to foreign capital. Bad kind of capital.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
He doesn't look like he thinks you'll best her in single combat.
What does that say? Does it say Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. 33A, this old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
Got an even odd. Let's try it. Damn.
She takes a sip.
It's gonna happen.
Okay,
Something's about to happen in here.
of course.
Nothing happens for quite a while.
It will come from my head. The arguments.
As they do.
The thoughts happen inside his brain.
Wave your hand next to your head. It'll help.
It doesn't.
Keep waving your hand slowly.
My, it's as if there's a tiny spinner on the side of his head and he's reeling thoughts out.
Except he isn't.
The lieutenant is satisfied with where this is going.
That is gonna come out of my head and into my mouth, and I will say it.
Of course.
Let's keep doing it.
Lieutenant, I truly don't understand what is happening here.
I told you his methods are unconventional.
Swear to God, I'm usually sharp. I don't know what's happening. Why am I not killing it?
Your marbles on glass, dear. Don't worry.
What are we talking about anyway?
It was quite a while ago, but I think, yes, we were discussing my fast, large, ineluctably middle-class boat.
I think I got a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
I see.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Yeah, who are the other Indo tribes?
Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Yeah, you're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Oh,
A billion?
that's it. Thought Wild Pines was supposed to be the big time.
And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions.
Wave hip sloop. She grabs the mainstay for
Wild
balance.
Pines employs 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility.
Well, where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormentang on behalf of the suzerain.
Huh.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Probably helps start out with a royal monopoly.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed, or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
Well, why does such a huge system want with a place like this?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving. Workers do. Company's nothing without them.
We built this district.
Employ biggest communism builder. Employ critical theory 9 times. Hooray! We are red.
We. There it is. She owns up to it.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions. The plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP.
Points behind you where the seawall rises.
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees.
Ah.
A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
Need your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Can I have some money?
I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your mouth. What does is surprisingly eloquent, really. The last one, not the first 3. Those are ape speak.
I am the scum of the earth.
My. Why'd you say that?
I'm gunk.
That's garbage. You're a police officer.
I'm stuff people have under their fingernails. Huh? I'm not. I'm gunk.
Shall we talk about something else, maybe?
Her voice is kind, depending sounds a little confused. Seems smart. Need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls her hood getting closer on her neck.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I'm conducting a personal investigation of the world I find myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
My theories of this inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They really are one and the same.
Are they now?
Lieutenant cocks into one eyebrow.
Deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
Get a reality lowdown. Okay. Well, I guess that is going well.
Alright, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Alright, where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
Yeah, what's a Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock.
Ah,
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
mention a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
We near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the blue immensities.
Right.
Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
So, what's the name of the island?
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
I see.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her,
That it is.
and to humanity at large.
Tell me more about the Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the Reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
Alright, Spartanace. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
Ah.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism. A fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Alright, who built this city? Did they build it on rock and roll or disco?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
And when was it built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
Why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest.
Seems so.
By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're pretty much at the center of the world.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About...
Points across the water where the skyscrapers are.
A sparkle of lights on the horizon. Like evening stars above the curvature of the planet.
Ah.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time.
Huh.
There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
I don't know any of this.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
Let's see here. Well, doing better on that.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, man. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality.
Okay. Sorry about that. My internet connection just decided to bite the dust. Well, I guess that's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else I can do?
That's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Oh,
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
We should take care of that, then.
I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Right.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Yep. Let's see. Orange bum hat. And signal blue naval cloak. Oh, Gardner's still out here. It's 10 o'clock.
Can I help you?
So, about the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
Wonder if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight?
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim seems to be about to say something. Let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However,
He adjusts his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Thanks, Kim.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know?
Good luck trying to use it.
Oh.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
Conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I
Oh.
really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Kim's options coat, go to his motor carriage in front of the whirling.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Now look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Said something about a pawn shop?
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
Yeah, I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
You are here. Radiant spinners. Danger found, doesn't pop water mode. There's a tree in it. Last crack macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. Fingerless gloves. I'm now cool. Are locked until Wednesday. Ah, the pawn shop. Ah, there you are.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
And the car looks at you slowly.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Now the RCM's here. Have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Ah,
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
quite the collection. May have something to add to it.
It keeps me entertained.
It's very high. If yes, what's he on?
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer.
Right.
Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
Something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a misc banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Tenant explains as pawnbroker opens register and counts the cash.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes into his pocket, which makes sense.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Yep.
The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Like to sell my clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'm not gonna sell the pen. Nope. Yeah, we'll close. I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
Yeah, I got other business to take care of now. Okay. Well, Mazovian socioeconomics is nearly internalized. Okay, I've got money.
Can I help you?
About the money I owe.
Have you got it?
I got it.
Well,
Here it is. Sorry about the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Right.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Right.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Okay.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Nope. Okay. Well, that's fine. We've got that. Spirit of Core. Perception. That wouldn't be the worst thing to increase. Yeah, I think we'll do perception.
The door is closed. This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Hey, Seth. Yep. Alright, let's go.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
Huh? I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How'd you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Ah,
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, below it all.
yeah, I don't want to pick up smoking. It's a very expensive habit. We'll debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
So, how do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it.
Yeah.
I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on.
Also, this music's a bit loud and Kim's a bit quiet. Let's boost up Kim.
In addition, we got
Thank
that
you.
body down from the tree, and we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with.
Yeah.
I still feel like we're missing something, but we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
Yeah.
He's right. You could smell it. That something is missing. Even under the overpowering odor of the corpse.
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
Takes a deep drag and looks into the city. That's my forte. Like most cops, I understand how the importance of communication in our line of work.
Very important indeed. Well, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare.
Yeah.
He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
Nope.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
I'm a little intimidated by him, honestly. He has stuff on me.
Well, we will have to work through that.
Yep.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I want a different name, one I haven't ruined yet.
You can look into the process of changing your name after we finish this investigation. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
Yeah, we'll try to talk to her when it isn't like, 2200.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I like to waste time, My mind moves fast. The rest of the body has to try to keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those heels. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
So what's our powers exactly? The RCM.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station.
Yeah, that is true, Seth.
Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
1,000, why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Makes sense. What else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
How can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection.
Oh, thanks
this
for the
seems
subscription,
beneficial.
Duroc, and hope you're doing well. See, and if someone resists?
We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to
sorry.
use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Have I killed anyone?
That's an improbability, perhaps even impossibility.
I don't know if I really want to know.
Precinct 41 is known for a higher-than-average rate of police violence.
Have you?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
Ugh.
He says it matter-of-factly and moves on. He has internalized it well. It's just that. A fact. A self-contained past event.
Oh, understandable, Duroc, and hope work treats you okay. Oh, what happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government and the moral intern more broadly.
Hmm.
The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens of Revachol.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Yep.
Or if they think you do.
Moralitern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
I really don't know. It's how bad it is in here.
Okay. We're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
Oh yeah. A quiet shift would be very ideal. What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Like the moral intern?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
And their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous.
Uh-oh. And it looks like we've had some Mazovian socioeconomics here. Nice. Breakthrough imminent.
Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
I have an opinion on Mortal Intern.
Do you?
Ugh. Well, they've been doing an awful job here. Have you seen this place? Isn't humanism?
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantism does sound bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this here?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
Jamrock and the Gree?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Well, I hope our investigation will help improve situations here. At least they do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Yep.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Yeah, thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Mazovian socio-economics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Left-wing dialogue gives +4 XP. -1 visual calculus and -1 authority. Well, they're not the things that I usually work on, so that have a good evening there, Kim. And while you go there, time for us to be terrible. Ooh, disco.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines.
Tell me something.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back late.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Yep. Alright.
Kuno doesn't.
Hoping to, pull those boots, but, eh. Probably should close the door.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Alright, well, let's crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
Yeah, that sounds like reality to me. Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat. And grease.
And the blanket?
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here. Intimate and warm. Breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Well, let's start rolling over.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Well, who killed him? Who?
Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
I guess no more thought. Fall asleep.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh, hi, me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
I left.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of you that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go.
Ugh.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked with you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Probably.
Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head.
Ugh.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Oh boy.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Ugh. Well, we're awake, but at what cost?
Good going, buddy.
So that's how it's gonna be when I close my eyes.
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell's going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No, I can take this. I'm not gonna go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
It's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself. Slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Can I, like, take a shower?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Good morning.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union must have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
These the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it.
Yep. So many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Why do we need to talk to him?
Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Okay.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
Makes sense.
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
Yeah.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay. Oh. Ugh. Man, I know it's really early, and, you know, part of this stream I lost because I lost the internet for a little bit, but ugh. Luckily, after next week, work is going to get a lot quieter, but yeah, right now I am still just kind of knackered. I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow maybe I'll start earlier and probably get more done in Owl's Guard. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. Sorry about the short video, but yeah, hope you all have a great evening. I know I will. Sorry again for not streaming last weekend, but had company. So yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, why don't we come back? Ooh, bit more Owl's Guard. Maybe that'll be a little lighter than Disco Elysium is. Have a good one, folks.